Hello loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Venus in Capricorn and the Venus in Capricorn retrograde that's happening, so that you guys are aware about what is going on, what's happening, what's the vibes, what's all of the things. And yeah, so it's going to be a very quick video on what the energies are going to be and what we should be looking out for. So Venus entered Capricorn on November 5th. It was in Sagittarius and then it moved into Capricorn. It is entering its pre-shadow phase on November 17th. What is a pre-shadow phase? The pre-shadow phase is the beginning of the turning before the planet goes into retrograde. Okay, so it's kind of like the preparation before it starts going into retrograde. So be in its pre-shadow phase starting November 17th, and then it will go in retrograde December 19th. Okay, it will stay in retrograde till January 29th 2022, and it will be through its post-shadow phase. The post-shadow phase is similar to its pre-shadow phase. It's just that it's the post-shadow phase, so it will be moving direct, but it will still, there's a window of kind of like don't run yet, because the energies is not, it's still kind of stretching into movement until March 1st, and then Venus will enter Aquarius on March 6th after that. So for the next 4 months, Venus will be in Capricorn. I almost said Aquarius. In Capricorn. And we are going to be seeing a lot of stuff going on. When it comes to Venus and Capricorn energy, Venus and Capricorn, Venus rules love, pleasure, and money. And so it is a planet that's very, very sensual, very, very pleasurable, very, very loving, very about the things that bring value, the things that it likes to enjoy and find itself kind of diving into. So it's a planet that's all about enjoyment, and there's a reason why Venus moves the way it moves. There's a depth to Venus, even though it might seem like it's very light and fluffy, but at the same time Venus also rules Libra, which is the sign that rules justice and balance. And I say this all the time, and you guys already know this on the channel. The reason why Libra has that balancing energy is because when things are in chaos and out of whack and out of balance, you can't feel pleasure because nothing is okay. But when things are in balance, when things are in a place of like harmony, then you feel pleasure, which taps into the energy of Venus. So there is an element of Venus that's very much about justice and very much about balance, because balance brings pleasure. Okay, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. Now, Capricorn, it's a very hardworking sign. It is the sign that is known for its like business kind of esque energy. Capricorn is the sign that rules career, social status, government, foundation, traditions. It's a very structured sign. It is a very much a long-term investment kind of sign. It is a cardinal earth sign, so it is the one that creates action towards what it wants to do. That's what cardinal means. So there's 4 cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Capricorn is the earth element for the cardinal sign, and it is very much action-based and action and goal-oriented. And so when Venus teams up with Capricorn, even though Capricorn can be a little bit almost like, it can seem a very like little nitpicky about certain things, Capricorn still wants to have a good life. Capricorn still wants to enjoy their lives and be thriving. Like, it's not that Capricorn doesn't want to feel pleasure, it's that they're used to a very much a structured system, but that doesn't mean that they don't enjoy their rise to the top of the mountain. And so when it comes to Venus being in Capricorn for the next 4 months and also in retrograde, it brings out the energy of Capricorn that wants to create structure around the things that we love. And that's where the focus needs to be and the awareness needs to be moving forward. You guys need to keep in mind that Venus in Capricorn, it's about structure. It's about loving the structure, the foundations that you have with the things that bring you pleasure. That includes people, that includes relationship, that includes businesses, that includes anything, that includes friendships, that includes family, because Capricorn is also connected to the root. It's also connected to family, the family structure, okay? Capricorn is opposite is Cancer, and they rule this kind of family dynamic where Capricorn energy is like the paternal energies and Cancer is the maternal energy. So there is this family dynamic about Capricorn energy. So really taking this time to look at your foundation, what you have been rooted in, the things that have not been making sense, or the things that have kind of let themselves go or let themselves kind of fall into a certain pattern or behaviors that need to be changed for the structure to be solid and maintained. That's what's going to happen during this time. It's not necessarily going to be like, oh my God, if Venus was in Pisces and all this kind of like ethereal kind of energy, because Venus in Capricorn is like, okay, let's get to work. What is wrong in our relationship? What is wrong in our friendship? What is wrong like with our communication? How can we fix it? How do we go about addressing this? Like Capricorn's trying to get to work. Okay, Capricorn's trying to get to work because it's trying to go back to feeling good, feeling stable, feeling grounded. So keep that in mind as you move in within the next couple of months, especially during Capricorn season, because that is when you're going to see like the biggest energy kind of it, kind of the energy feeling the most kind of like concentrated, because it will be Capricorn season. So the sun will also be, conjuncting all of this. And so there is this energy of, like doing the work, getting the work done. There's a reason why I made that TikTok before about how I don't think Venus in Capricorn is going to be that bad, because it's just about doing the work. If you do the work, you'll be fine. You will benefit from the hard work that you're putting into getting the work done. If you don't do the work, you're going to end up kind of collapsing upon yourself. Your foundation will deteriorate and you will be sitting in mud because you decided not to sort out your shit. Okay, so this is a time where during this very, very important time, and you should have already been feeling it already, now that Venus is in Capricorn. It hasn't gone into its pre-shadow phase yet, so you should already be feeling like the energy of not just you but others kind of wanting to sort things out, like kind of like, hey, can we have a conversation? How do we fix this? How do we address this? How can we navigate this? How do we, it brings back that element, that essence of structure, that essence of foundation. Okay. And it's a very important time to really like get through a lot of relationship issues. This is also a time that some people might be getting engaged, or even like, not that I would recommend getting married during a Venus retrograde, but this would be a time like that you could be seeing maybe some exes coming back, some exes that are like the one that got away, specifically kind of energy, kind of vibe, specifically because like during this time, especially during the retrograde, you're going to be thinking about the foundations and the lack thereof that you have, that you wish were solid. And so if there's something that brings you pleasure that you want to ground in your life, that's where the energy is going to be highlighted during this time. So yeah, for the next 4 months, things are going to be grounded. But it's just a really great time to sort out a lot of things, to also sort out a lot of things when it comes to business, and when it comes to how you like your growth within your business as well. Maybe you restructuring the formula, restructuring your kind of like the mission statement, like really kind of regrouping. Maybe there's something that needs to be upgraded or changed that can benefit people or those who are your clients or whatnot. This is a really great time to kind of come up with new ideas when it comes to business. Maybe there's a project that you wanted to do, maybe there's something that you wanted to launch, maybe there's something that you want to sort out. This is also a great time to kind of like work on getting promotions and stuff like that. Reason being is like if you were long overdue for like a raise conversation, this would be a time for you to have that conversation because it's been overdue and you've been doing the work, hopefully. So it's really a time for you to kind of like do the work. It really comes down to that. If you do the work, you benefit, period. If you do the work, you benefit. Now, Venus is also, there's going to be a Venus star point on January 8th, which also happens to be my birthday, my solar return. So this is gonna be fun for me. But there's gonna be a Venus star point on January 8th, and this occurs every 10 to 12 months. So it basically occurs once a year. And this is when Venus and Saturn align together, and it looks like a 5-pointed star. It's a very powerful time to do manifestations for work, business, love, and to set intention up for the long term fruition and like fertility for like relationships, business, money, especially because it's in Capricorn specifically. Anything long term. Capricorn thinks long term. So you want to think long term in every area of your life, because Capricorn likes to have every area of their lives in order. Okay, we're very controlled people. Okay, so it's about getting it under control. If you've been feeling like your life's just been like a hot mess and all over the place, and if Scorpio season has been very like triggering, and Libra season was just like this Venus and Capricorn transit, and Capricorn season is also a great time for you to like get it together, like get it together. You haven't been treating your body well. You want to start working on your body, getting to the gym. You want to start, doing certain things. You want to maybe like, commit yourself to going back to school, and like, maybe you set a goal for what it is that you want to do. Maybe you want to be a professor. Maybe you're going to commit to that, that learning experience that's going to take you years and years to get there. But if that's what you knew you should have been doing for years ago, this is the time to get it together. So the other thing that I'm going to mention is that because Pluto is also in Capricorn, there will be Venus in conjunctions with Pluto. And this is going to cause a lot of triggers and transformations that we're going to be personally going through during this time. So make sure you're looking at your transits, okay? You want to pay attention to how they're relating to each other, because when Pluto starts conjuncting Venus, that's when we see it's almost kind of like, especially because Pluto's already in Capricorn, there is this kind of like underlining energy where we start to recognize what is the root cause. We start to recognize what the root cause is, and once we recognize what the root cause is, it shakes up and we're able to kind of transform those foundations and grow past those foundations and those limitations. So it's really about, getting it together, making sure that we are working towards what we want, growing through our experiences, and really like seeking pleasure, seeking enjoyment, seeking grounding. Like if you haven't not been feeling grounded the past couple of like months, you're going to be feeling grounded now, but you're also going to be recognizing why you haven't been feeling grounded, and you're going to be able to kind of do something. You have the choice to do something about it, and hopefully you do. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Venus in Capricorn transit. Ultimately, I think it's going to be a very powerful 4 months, and I do feel like, it's going to be very Saturnian. I'm very excited, and I feel like it's going to be very, very powerful. So I hope that y'all gets it together, okay? Use the time wisely. This is such a great time to do a lot of manifestation for the future, especially for the next 3, 5, 10 years of your life, okay? So yeah, that's my breakdown. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got the messages that you needed to get from it. Before I go, do not forget to sign up for the self-love, workshop that I'm having on the lunar eclipse on the 19th. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a self-love workshop, and the reason why I wanted to have it for that is because the moon's gonna be in Taurus, and it's kind of like I feel like we need to make sure that we're prioritizing our self-care, because there are so much deep transformations that we're going through that I really wanted to focus on, holding space for us to heal in that way. So definitely make sure that you get your tickets. The link will be in the description for those who want to sign up. And I will be opening up my books for the next Akashic Records 5-hour intensive. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to announce those dates soon. But yeah, I am really, really kind of excited for everything that I'm like working on for you guys. So stay tuned for all of the things. For those who might want to get a reading, or want to know their transits or anything like that, I am doing transits on my website. So go ahead and hit the link in my bio. And yeah, I will see you loves on the next one. You have a very, very beautiful day.